Hey y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Blinx by Liz. I'm here today to show you how I made my Valentine's Day themed Crocs. And before I go into detail, I wanted to just say thank you to each and every one of you that have shown love to my channel or my videos. I want to thank you for liking my videos, all of the subscriptions I've been receiving, and just any energy that is good energy at this time. We need this in this time, guys. Thank you. So here we go. Alright, so first you want to start by sanding your Crocs. If you've watched my last video, you'll see that I sanded my Crocs with a sand block and sandpaper, and I also mentioned that it doesn't matter what you sand your Crocs with, which I still feel is true, but if you want a better result, then I would recommend using the drill. The drill can get more into the Crocs versus the sand block or sandpaper, and you want to sand the Crocs as best as possible so when you apply any glue, the glue will have a stronger bond and it'll just be a lasting result, a more lasting result. And if you've done both, then you'll know what I mean. You'll see the difference in both. So I'm going to sand the Crocs here, and for me, I sand the top of the strap of the Crocs as well, and also the dots on the top of the Crocs. I do that as well because and this is completely optional. You don't have to do the top part of the straps because the Crocs still look good even without the strap being blinged out or decorated. I've had some where I've added bows to the straps, some where I've added chains to the straps, I've added rhinestones to the straps, pearls to the straps. Whatever you want to add, you can add it. It's completely optional. These are freestyle. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Whatever feels right to you, just do it. So I will usually do the strap just to add a little bit more, but you don't have to. Keep in mind. And this is how they should look once you're finished. They should look very dull. So at this point, what you want to do next is you want to rub some alcohol on your Crocs. Now, I believe this is for two reasons: to clean up the powder dust that you create from sanding your Crocs, and also to give the Crocs more of a drier surface, so that way when the glue is applied, it's going to create a stronger bond. And that's what we're trying to do. We want to make these Crocs long term. We don't want to just make them for a 1 and 2 time wear. So you just want to apply the alcohol and wipe off your Croc. Alright, so next I'm going to show you how I made some of my own personal charms. And the reason I did this was because when I buy my charms, I shop on Amazon and I buy them in bulk. But I didn't see any that kind of resonated with me or with the Valentine's Day theme that I was going for. So I had some resin charms already that I wanted to just go ahead and make into charms. And I purchased some resin glue and also some charm backs. And what I did was I just applied the resin glue to the back of the charms, and I put the charm backs on top of the charms, and I just applied my UV light, and I waited for about 4 minutes and they were rock solid. So that's how I made my own charms. And then I kind of sifted through the charms that I already had bought from Amazon in bulk, and I found what just resonated with me. So some of the hearts that you're going to see on the Crocs will be made by me. Alright, so next I'm going to show you how I make my diamond trimming at the top, and this is my new favorite trimming to use. I found this on Amazon, and I think I'm going to just add this to every pair from here on out. But what I do is I measure it out to see how much I'll need, and then I at that point cut it, and then I'll just apply it. I keep the trimming kind of tight as I'm applying it, so that way it can be more of an even it's more even as I apply it if you hold it tightly. If not, it's going to come out kind of uneven and loose. So hold it tight while you're pushing it down and applying it, and then it'll come out really cute and really neat. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know the pink and silver heart charms you see there were the ones that I made, and my husband helped me make those, so shout out to him. But this is definitely something that you guys can do if you don't see any charms that you like, is make your own. Now we're going to be moving on to adding some diamond trimming, and again, this is optional. I just add diamond trimming to give my Crocs more of a signature look when it comes to my brand, Blinx by Liz. And this is always the hardest part for me because the glue, it dries really fast, and when it does dry, it dries kind of clouded. So if you don't apply the trimming on how you want it at that moment, it's going to dry and it's going to look a little bit clouded and may cause a little bit of issues with you adding any rhinestones or pearls in the inside of the Croc. So just be aware and be careful when you're using this glue. The glue that I found it on Amazon, and also I found it in Walmart. So if you have a local Walmart, you can also go there. You may be able to find it, and I'll attach the link in the description. But this is how I do it at this point. I measure it out, and I just cut off the pieces that I've measured into smaller pieces. So when I'm applying it, I'm working with a lesser amount, and it's easier for me to go ahead and lay down the trimming. This is how I'm doing it now. You can do it however you like, but this is how I do mine. And I have a thicker trimming on this crock only because I just wanted it to balance out. I usually use a smaller trimming, or I'll use a smaller trimming and do 2 different layers, and sometimes it's 3. But this pair I'm making for myself, and I just think that it fits the crock better. And I know you probably seen me swipe my tweezers against the sand block a second ago, and that's because this glue dries really fast and it gets stuck to the tweezers, which prevents me from maneuvering the diamond trimming as well as I could. So just to get the glue off of the tweezers, I swipe it against the sand block. If you have that same issue, that will be your resolution. We're gonna be moving on to adding the flat stones. So at first I had rhinestones only on this crock, but I removed those because I wasn't really feeling the look, and I wanted to add some white, and the rhinestones I had weren't white. They were just multiple shades of pink, and I didn't really like the way that was looking. So what I did was I took them off. I used the point of my tweezers and I just scraped them all off, and I went ahead and started adding the flat stones. I purchased these flat stones from Amazon in a bulk purchase, but I did find some people on Instagram who sells rhinestones and flat stones in a mixed color and size, which I find is a better look. I don't really care for the flat stones by themselves as a one shade or one size type of look. If I use flat stones, it's going to be multiple different sizes, and now probably multiple different colors because it just looks better in my opinion. But this again is up to you. You don't have to do this pair exactly how mine is. Again, this is free of choice, and also there's no wrong or right way to do this when you're freestyling. So because this is Valentine's Day themed, I like pink, white, red. This set that I actually bought came with only pink and white, but I went ahead and added some red flat stones in there as well, just because it was more of a festive look for Valentine's Day. And I like the way it turned out. It's really cute and really shiny and just sparkly. I love everything that sparkles, and it just looks really good. Also, this set did come with a few rhinestones in it already, and the rhinestones that are in it were more of a clear or see-through type of look, which also helps it to pop, so I didn't mind that either. I actually like it. But if I purchase rhinestones or flat stones in bulk, I'll go ahead and look on Instagram. I think you'll probably get more bang for your buck there. Again, it's up to you. So I'm just trying to give you tips here for when you're shopping for your bling crocs, because when I look, these are the things that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna tune out for a minute or so, and then I'll be back to show you how I decorate the strap of my crocs. I cannot measure, been doing us, just don't tell them. Sometimes I feel delirious. Was it taking relations serious? Distracted it by the obstacles, blinded it by the blurry. But that ain't stopping nothing. I love you, can't do no frontin'. Been kicking it like we puntin'. We gotta accomplish something. To me, you mean the most. Wanna put you up in the ghost. The way we shitting on them, I think that we need a toast. L-O-V-E, love. That's what I need from you. I need your L-O-V-E, love. So now I'm going to show you how I decorate the straps of my crocs, and both of these are different types of ribbon, but they're both called crystal rhinestone ribbon when I go back and look on Amazon. But I prefer the silver one that you see on top versus the pink one. I have both, but I like the silver one better. The silver one does come in different colors like rose gold, gold, pink, and then the silver. But I personally, for this pair, I wanted to see both of those crystal rhinestone ribbons. so I did both. And as you see, I'm just measuring out how much I'm going to need, and then I cut it. On the ends, there are a little bit more that need to be applied, so I just kind of cut off a small piece and attached it there. It sticks together because it's the sticky adhesive on the bottom of it, so it's still going to work. But if I measure out too short, I can just correct it like I did. So you can do either or. Both are called crystal rhinestone wrap on Amazon. I just prefer the silver one because I think it's prettier, but it's up to you. And I'm going to show you the finished Crocs because I'm all done now. Thanks for tuning in and staying to the end. Happy Valentine's Day.
I need your love. I need your love.